Viro. What's up, guys? It's Viro. Welcome to my channel where I pretend to be a YouTuber. Today I got some fresh clips for you today. So let's start with the first one. It says, POV, you're going to Disney in your 30s.
Disney in your 30s, folks. We got the KT tape for the knee arthritis, holding up the knee together. I have some on my hip because I blew my hip out. I actually have like 10 pieces. Welcome to 30. It's looking good.
Oh God, not the Disney adults. The Disney adult thing, it's terrible. But anyways, you should have thought about taking care of yourself, in your 20s. You should have worked out. You should have, ate healthy, and you wouldn't be dealing with these issues. I'm almost 40, and I'm in the best shape of my life because of all the hard work I've done. It looks like you've done nothing but, eat a lot of food and sit down behind a desk for a long time, and that's what you get, unfortunately.
I hate when I say that, I'm frustrated with Trump for not doing enough, and liberals try and come at me and be like, yeah, we told you so. No, you don't understand. I'm mad because he's not the person that you claim he is. I'm mad that he's not the dictator that just is saying, yeah, we're getting all of these people out. All of these illegals are out right now, immediately. Banning abortion right now. All of this stuff. I wish he was that dictator. I'm mad that he's not the dictator that you guys are claiming that he is. You know that whole, no King's Day thing? I'm angry because I wish that, I wish it was a thing that you, legitimately could protest against. I wish he was actually behaving like a king. That's what just makes me cackle every time, is you guys think that we're I don't know, we saw a little brown kid crying, and now we're like, oh my gosh, we were wrong. We can't deport illegal rapists and murderers because then their kids might cry. And in reality, we're just angry that he's not doing enough of the bad things that you don't like. We're not on the same page here, okay? It's not an I told you so, because we're wanting different things. You understand?
Yeah, I agree 100%. And that's coming from somebody that used to hate Trump. In 2020, I was dating a liberal woman, and I was getting all my information from her, and I literally thought Trump was the Antichrist. He was like Satan. I thought he was such a terrible guy. And then I started doing some research on my own, listening to people that actually knew what they were talking about. And now I've completely changed my point of view. My perspective has completely flopped, and I like Trump. I think he's fucking hilarious. Dude cracks me up. But I agree with what she says. He's definitely went a little bit soft, and he needs to, harden up a little bit.
Girls have it rough out here, because why am I 5'3"? I have a college degree with psych and a business minor. I've been doing real estate for 6 years. I bought my own house.
Guys don't care about these things. That's great, but we just don't really care about those things. It doesn't benefit us.
At 23, I'm creative, I'm ingenuitive, I like to play golf, I don't go out, I literally sit at home and sew and make clothes for my friends, read, and I still don't have a boyfriend. It makes sense, make it make sense. Computer, make it make sense.
Oh my God, I'm so perfect, but I can't find a man. What is it? Your standards are probably too high, and you have things that guys aren't looking for. And I don't know. I don't know you that well to really tell you what it is, but you're probably not as perfect as you think you are.
You guys are out here talking about the male loneliness epidemic, mind you.
No, we're not. No, we're not.
Posted a video saying, hey, men need to bring back the art of asking women out and approaching them. Every man in the comments was like, nope, your turn. We're not doing that. We don't, for what? For an expense? Yeah, you guys aren't worth it. Next time. There is no male loneliness epidemic. They don't want it. They don't care.
Exactly.
I'm sorry, but when was someone gonna tell me that only 14 to 15% of men in the US are 6 foot and taller? Girls are out here putting 6 foot and taller as a requirement on their dating profiles. That's
No wonder you're not gonna match with anybody. The average female in the US is 5'3". So I feel like unless you're like 5'9" and taller, you should not set your thing to 6 foot. Go on your dating profile, go on your Cuffed or your Hinge or whatever you use and change it. I bet you'll meet a very nice man despite what his fucking height is.
Yeah, dude, women on the dating apps are automatically disqualifying like 85% of men based on their height. It's ridiculous. Like, why is that so important to women? Is that a new thing? Because, like, growing up, I knew they like taller guys, but it seems like in the past 5 years, it's become you have to be 6 foot or taller, which I never knew that was a thing. But apparently, it's not that big of a deal. Like, my girlfriend is 5'9", which is pretty tall. She's the tallest woman I've ever dated, so I was kind of, iffy about it, if she would, want to date a taller guy, because I'm 5'11", 6 foot with shoes, don't forget that. But no, it's not an issue at all. Like, I'm still taller than her. When she wears, 4-inch heels, we're the same size. I don't really care. Like, I feel like you have to be secure with yourself as a man to date a taller woman. And, I kind of had to overcome that, but on the other hand, I don't think I'd want to date a woman that's taller than me. I don't know. I'm not that secure, I guess, but, we all got preferences.
Well, personally, I think that if we want to stop the male violence problem, what we should do is take away their right to vote and their
That one doesn't want to load, so I'm just going to skip it. It started out pretty bad.
Would you rather, if you had a daughter, would you rather her be in the woods with a man or a bear?
A man.
Why would you not rather her be in the woods with a bear?
Because a bear will kill her and eat her. For a fact. That's for a fact.
That's not for a fact.
That is for
Not
a
all
fact.
bears kill and eat. And if you avoid the bear, but why is the man in the woods? What is the man doing in the woods?
What is the man doing in the woods? What is a woman doing in the woods? Men like to hang out and spend time in nature. They go hunting, they go fishing, they go hiking. It's not that abnormal for a man to... That's the dumbest argument I've heard, actually. I've never...
Looking for little girls. Yes, that's exactly what men are doing on their weekend camping trips. In fact, they get there, they unpack the gear, they open the back of the truck, and they call their little border collie Jack out, and they say, "Here, boy, go find the little girls." You think they don't even pack their gear? No hot dogs, no tent, no fishing rods. They just wake up in the morning and say, "Honey, I'm going to the woods to stand suspiciously between a bear and a pine tree." What the fuck are you talking about? The craziest part to me is that she was quicker to say not all bears before she was to say not all men, considering only 0.002% of men in North America will ever commit a violent crime. Up against Baloo, the big bitchy bear that literally will rip open a massive wound into your abdomen, shit in it, just to mark its territory. You are their property now, and then they will keep you alive and watch you squirm. And you know why? Just for fun. It's a game. They purely enjoy it. The whole issue with this man versus bear thing is because it's not about safety. It's about how much we can dehumanize men. Because let's be honest, if a little girl got lost in the woods, an overwhelming majority amount of men would protect her, keep her safe, and get her back home. Let's kick it up a notch. The majority of men, if they found a little missing girl in the woods and then looked to their left and saw a big grizzly bear, the majority of them would stand between the little girl and the grizzly bear and know not to see who can get the little girl first. Not to mention, the majority of search and rescue teams are men, and the majority of the place that they statistically look the most for missing children is the woods. But hey, since you like to play sexist mind games and social experiments, so do I. I hope you don't mind. Would you rather leave your child alone with a woman or a cougar? Women statistically abuse their own children the most. They statistically abuse other people's children the most. They statistically murder their children the most. 90% of women in jail are mothers. They're also statistically the gender that is the most likely to rape your child in a school. I don't know if you know that. And they are highly represented within child sex rings. Hello, Jeffrey Epstein did not do it alone. Next time you want to ask, what is a man doing in the woods? Maybe you should ask yourself why you're willing to give a bear more humanity than your fellow human being. Most men aren't evil. Most men aren't predators. Men are the reason why little girls get home safe. And you are the reason why you are not getting any dick. It is clear.
Damn, dude, this chick is just spitting fire. Love it, dude. She's always popping up on my TikTok feed now, and I'm all for it. Let's get the next one.
We should have known that the Democratic Party was absolutely cooked back when we were having that argument about the man versus bear. Do you guys remember when all the women were arguing that they would rather be trapped in a room with a bear than a man? Except that entire argument was pretty much a fallacy because it banked on the fact that none of the women arguing that had ever experienced what it was like to be stuck in a room with a bear.
Yeah, dude. If a woman even saw a bear within 20 yards of her, she would be shitting herself. You know how women are. With even if it was a raccoon, she'd be shitting herself. A bear, fucking 1,000-pound bear, even a 500-pound bear, she would lose it.
That argument only worked because the threat that they were comparing to being in a room with a man was so far removed from their everyday reality that they were able to rationalize it in a way that they should not. Obviously, being left in a room alone with a bear is probably going to be like 10 times more fatal than it is going to be with a man. I'm not saying it won't be uncomfortable, but it is way more likely to be fatal when it comes to the bear. And the women couldn't see that because they don't spend every single day interacting with a bear. Fast forward to today, and it's literally the same crowd, same energy, except it's refugees welcome flags at all these rallies where men are screaming that they want to rape and kill you and death to America in another language. And suddenly, these people's culture...
Yeah, dude, just look at the UK. If you don't know what's going on over there, it is bad. Women are getting killed, they're getting raped. It's awful, and that's where we're headed. They're giving us the blueprint, and are we going to make the choice to follow what they do, or are we going to go the other direction? You know, unfortunately, I don't think we're going to be able to go the other direction. There's too many liberals, there's too many feminists over here. I just hope people, you know, change their ways before it's too late.
Well, relativism kicks in or something, and they're like, oh, well, their culture is just different. Like, we shouldn't judge them. They're just different. Yeah, they're so different that you would never dream of going to one of their countries, but for some reason you want to bring them all here. Because, see, I thought this argument was about how terrible men are, right, in comparison to a bear. And yet the same women who treat every awkward Tinder date like it's a freaking war crime go full anthropologist mode when it comes to ushering in norms like the fact that women get stoned to death for adultery over there and the men get off scot-free. These same radical feminist women that hate men so much are the same ones that want to import these social norms from these countries that don't agree with their ideology. I mean, this is peak clown logic, you guys. It's all men are trash, except for the ones over there that...
Yeah, dude, women don't use logic. They just run off of emotions purely.
Would throw gay people off of buildings and treat women like property. Yeah, those guys, vibrant diversity, you guys. Uplift their voices. I mean, this is an anecdote that is writing itself in real time, you guys. I mean, these women, heaven forbid they meet a Republican man. Oh no, that's toxic masculinity. That is terrible, okay? Instead, they're gonna link arms with the cultural activist who said that 9/11 was blowback and that America deserved it. But these women will tell you, oh, he's just from a marginalized culture, okay? You need to be accepting of him. Like, are we gonna get to a point where you guys just start decolonizing your own feminism in order to accept these people? Like, are you guys gonna tell us that we're just Islamophobic and that we need to accept their diversity when you guys are the ones that can't leave your houses now without a male guardian? Because that's what it's like over in Iran. Yeah, and all the women that come out in the summertime with their non-family friendly bathing suits, yeah, you're not gonna care about all the rude comments you used to get about it when the men that you imported in are coming up and slapping you in the face for wearing that. I mean, newsflash, radical leftists, okay? Islam does not do pronouns, okay? They don't do equality. They don't do diversity. They don't do inclusion.
Yeah, there's no gays in Islam.
So I don't understand why you're trying to bring that ideology here when it directly conflicts with everything that you're trying to accomplish. Because at this point, this is not tolerance, okay? This is blind, willful ignorance that is being dressed up as tolerance. And when this ideology and this reality that you're trying to bring in finally sets in this country, it's not going to ask you politely for consent, okay? It's not going to give you a trigger warning. It's simply going to take over. And the thing is that it's not just about you guys that want to be so tolerant of this, okay? It's about all Americans. We all have to deal with the consequences of what you guys are trying to bring into our country. And the fact that you guys severely misread the first argument that you were even having, the man versus bear argument, is only creating a cycle of continuing repeating errors, except this time it's going to be on a global scale. You guys have got to start using your brains again and start prioritizing outcomes over optics, okay?
Yeah, dude, she went deep with it on that one. But yeah, I don't get it. Like, having all the immigrants in here has such a negative impact, and they're only doing it so that they can get the votes. The immigrants will vote liberal, they'll vote Democrat, and they can stay in office, and that's the only way they can do it. So It's sad.
I just saw this spicy content creator say that her most requested audio for men is saying, I love you and I miss you. I'm just like, who's gonna tell them that if they treated women with respect, that they could have that? They wouldn't have to pay for it. Like,
They call it lonely fans for a reason.
Every guy needs to watch the Stuck in the Elevator video, and every guy needs to...
Oh, okay. I actually covered this video. It was one of the first videos I ever did. I don't even know if I posted it. There was a couple I never posted, but this is good.
Understand the very important lesson from it, and no, it's not what you think.
Hey, we're stuck. Palmetto. Senior. High school.
Middle school.
Do you think this is fucking funny?
Yes.
It's not. That ass nobody's fucking laughing. You guys are fucking laughing when we're stuck in an elevator. So just shut up so I can fix this. Okay? Like, I don't know any of you guys. And you guys are so fucking mature.
Dude, so yeah, these kids are stuck in an elevator with this one girl, and she's just freaking out over nothing. The dudes, they're cracking jokes. They're chilling. They're like, cool, I get to miss fifth hour and chill out for a little bit. The only negative part of their experience is they're stuck with this miserable woman who thinks she's in distress and thinks she needs to save the day and fix things, but there's nothing you can do. Like, you push the button, someone's gonna come save you, and you just have to wait patiently. But she's making this a miserable experience for everyone.
And you guys are fat because you can't walk down the stairs, obviously.
Yes.
And she called him fat for not using the stairs, while she's also using the elevator. Good one.
Right? So just shut up and let me fix this, okay? Like, laugh all you want, but we're stuck in an elevator. So, hey!
So that was the whole video. But of course, there's a bunch of man-hating feminists on this app saying that the girl was the victim, that she was standing in the middle of a large group of men, and her panic attack was because she was terrified and experiencing every woman's worst nightmare.
Teach your little boys. Little girls are going to be afraid, and they don't react like this. Very red pill mindset.
I would have been just as anxious in that situation, being stuck in an elevator with 10 men surrounding me. I don't know any of these men. I'm always on alert. Most women are always on alert.
So here's where the lesson for the guys comes in. If you are ever in a situation like this, immediately start recording. Because you could be doing everything possible. You could be in that elevator with your back against the wall saying absolutely nothing, like most of those boys were doing. And that woman will still be the victim. And if you're not recording, she can leave that elevator and say anything happened, and say anything she wants about you. Obviously, it does not matter what you say or do. She will always be in the right, and you will always be the predator.
That's right, guys. Luckily, these days we can record proof that's in our pocket all the time, so be careful out there.
A lot more women think that they've had their drink spiked than actually have. And the research and data on this show
this is really interesting.
That something else is actually way more common. Now, this is bad for several reasons. One, it's scaring women unnecessarily. Two, it can definitely lead to some false accusations. And three, it's completely distracting women from actual real things that they can do to protect their safety while drinking. And I'm not saying that spiked drinks and SA and things like that don't happen. They absolutely do, and you should be careful, especially in public with your drink. I'm also not saying that women are consciously lying. They often genuinely believe that they were sedated somehow. The research just shows that they're generally wrong. In studies, when forensic researchers go back and test people who claim that they were spiked with something, they're only right about 2% of the time. Much more.
2% of the time. 2. That is crazy, dude. Who's heard a woman say that they got drugged or spiked or anything, and they were only right 2% of the time? Most of the 98% of the time, it was not even true. That's a crazy stat.
Common than that is alcohol, illegal substances, and 375% more often than sedatives, antidepressants. Antidepressants that the woman herself was taking. Now, you are generally...
You don't listen to the doctor or even the bottle. It says do not drink while taking these, and then they do, and they wonder why they're all fucked up.
counseled to avoid alcohol while taking antidepressants. Even on a minor level, alcohol is a depressant. It's going to interfere with your treatment. It can also mean that when you drink, especially if you go kind of hard, it could feel like someone sedated you. You can feel drowsy, you can feel dizzy, you can literally lose motor control. Not to mention it directly affects your tolerance, so the average drink is just going to hit you a lot harder. Again, covering your drink and being smart in those sorts of situations is never a bad idea, and bad people definitely do exist and do this. But most people who are out there claiming that something happened to their drink actually did it to themselves. A lot more.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. I never would have suspected that being that high or that low that they're actually drugged only 2% of the time that they think they're being drugged.
Who do you think allowed feminism?
What do you mean? Allowed feminism?
Yeah, who do you think allowed feminism?
That question doesn't make sense.
The patriarchy is what allowed feminism to even come into fruition.
Feminism is anti-patriarchy, so yeah, we're fighting patriarchy if that's what you're saying.
Well, we live in a matriarchy. That's a whole other...
We do not live in a matriarchy.
We absolutely do.
Yeah.
It's women making more political and influential decisions when we're talking about a matriarchal society.
And it centers motherhood, and it centers children,
right,
as
so
does
you
feminism.
You could say the same thing about patriarchy, because patriarchy naturally would have been fatherhood. It's a paternal protection. But you guys, demonize the whole thing. And so now we have all these weak and feminine men that aren't taking care of our society. So now the women have to step up and be boss bitches and whatever. Who do you think allowed feminism?
What do you mean?
Fuck feminism. I'm gonna get a shirt that says, fuck feminism. Seriously.
Allowed feminism?
Why is it that when a woman disagrees with another woman's opinion, it is always personal insults being thrown instead of disagreeing logically? And it actually just proves that your opinions are only based in emotion, because the only way you defend those opinions is also in emotion. If you disagree with a woman, and instead of disagreeing and sharing your points and why she's supposedly wrong, you call her ugly, dumb, you make fun of her, you bully her, you try to ruin her reputation, then you've already lost the debate. In debate, we call this the ad hominem fallacy, and it's when someone attacks the other person's motives, personal traits, or character instead of debating the actual subject matter. This is why I say women are so-called girls until you share your personal convictions, values, and beliefs. And if your personal convictions, values, and beliefs don't align with theirs, well, they will try to destroy your entire life, your reputation, and your relationships. It really takes a certain level of emotional intelligence in today's society to have friends who don't agree with you on everything and to be able to share those opinions respectfully, because we're told by society to hate those people. And some of you have made your political opinions in real life your entire identity. It's a huge issue. I would actually love to see a woman who disagrees with me actually refute my ideas and not just go for personal insults.
Yeah, they can't logically have an argument with you. It's what the liberals do. They don't, when you try to bring logic to the table, then they just start insulting you and calling you a Nazi, a bigot. They got the whole playbook right there. But anyways, this chick, I guess her name's Savannah Faith Stone. I think I got that wrong in another video, but yeah, she's awesome. She's like an expert on actual feminism, like the same as Rachel Wilson. They both know the truth about feminism and what it's done to the world, not only our country but the entire world. So follow her. I think she's gonna blow up. I keep seeing her more and more. She's already blown up somewhat, but that's a good thing.
Can someone show me a man on TikTok complaining about the male loneliness?
Nope. I haven't seen it. The only people talking about the male loneliness epidemic are females, trying to make it seem like males are doing bad, that men are struggling because they're not in relationships, when it's quite the opposite. Guys have figured out that they're actually good. They're actually better off not being with toxic women. Who would have thunk? Crazy idea, right? Like, you're better off on your own than being with a toxic woman? It's wild, man.
It's epidemic. Just show me one, because I am yet to see it. I actually don't think I've ever seen a video, a stitch, nothing. Like, I've never seen a guy complaining about there being a male loneliness epidemic. Not once. This is a genuine question. Where did y'all get this from? Like, y'all are making it sound like this is some national emergency. Like, I've never heard a guy on TikTok in real life complain about an epidemic. What's going on? I've heard men complain about dating options.
Of course.
But that's been there from the beginning of time, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's different. But this particular thing, I've never heard it. Not one day. Not one day.
No, it's made up. It doesn't exist. But let's see, I'll do one more. It looks like dude, time just flies when I'm filming these videos. Like, I'm at 25 minutes, feels like I've been here for 5. So I'll do just one more. I try to keep it between 20 to 25 minutes. I know I'm going over right now, but that's okay. I don't do a lot of editing. I don't cut a lot. I make it raw. You know you like it raw.
I think grocery stores need to have an hour where it's only women in there. It's like 85 degrees outside right now. I go into Trader Joe's. There's a group of old men. They just keep walking past me. Like, I'm not oblivious.
Yeah, that's usually what people do in grocery stores. You walk. People are walking back and forth. What is she talking about?
I am aware of my surroundings. I see what you're doing. We need a women's only hour, especially at Trader Joe's. Like, why is that not a thing? They have it for the older people, you know, early bird special, if you will. We need a lady bird special. I think grocery stores...
Jesus Christ. Another woman with main character syndrome. She thinks everyone's focused on her because she's cute. And everyone's staring at her 24/7. We've all seen the videos where women set up a camera, especially in the gym, and they're just looking for guys to get caught looking at them, and then the guy looks for like 1 second, and then they post it online to make fun of them or to make them look like creeps or whatever. But no one's buying it, dude. No one buys it anymore. Like, we know it's bullshit. It's more that victim mentality. Oh, why is everybody looking at me? But I post videos on TikTok so that I get as many views as possible. It's retarded. But anyways, I think that's it for the day. Thank you guys so much for checking out my video. I'll see you in the next one. Peace! Viro.